Hello, fellow player characters. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night. And this is another Treasures and Trinkets. Just got this package today. Actually, not even 5 minutes ago. I actually don't know what this one's going to be because I got two packages. I'm expecting this is one of two of them. And I don't know which one of which this is. So we're going to check it out and see what we got here. By the way, if it is the Heroes of the Borderlands, I am aware of the little bit of controversy going on about it. I am not going to get into it on this channel. What I am going to get into is what it has regarding items, books, trinkets, gameplay stuff. But I'm not going to get into the political arena on what's going on with it. Because that's not what my channel is for. There we go. They really taped the hell out of this. Alright. Plastique. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. And this one is a brand new one. Because this just came out within the last few days, I believe. This sucker is heavy. I'd say it's at least a pound's worth. Let's see what we got here. We got, according to it, it's got contents. It's got a quick start guide, play guide, 3 adventure booklets, 3 double-sided poster maps, 3 handouts, or is that 5? I'm not wearing my glasses, so... Oh, 5 handouts. Combat tracker. 3 character class boards. 210 cards for characters, items, miniatures, NPCs, and spells. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention that the Essentials kit came with cards. But I had the cards put in the drawer over here for later use, and I didn't want to dig them out. 11 game dice. 11 game dice. Okay, so that probably means... Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and open her up and take a look at it. Now, what I'm mainly going to be looking at is the artwork. The actual... quality of the books themselves. I'm not going to get into details about the actual game or actual adventures. I might do a little bit, but when it gets into the political and gender stuff, I'm pretty much not going to talk about it because, I'll be honest, I don't care. Yeah, I just don't really care about it. It's not a big deal to me. I've grown up in neighborhoods where that stuff was normal anyway, and I'm talking back in the 80s and 90s. And people just didn't shove it in your face every chance they got. So, We got a README first. Basically, again, telling you what everything is and what it's supposed to look like. Unpacking. It actually tells you unpacking the box on here. Like, we're that dumb. The first time you open this box, unpack and organize its contents as follows. Really? Okay, well, I'm not going to do that as of right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you everything has in it and in the order that it's presented. First thing we got is a reference book, a play guide, which has some nice artwork on it, I think. Has a fight. Actually, I don't know who these guys are supposed to be. It's got everybody fighting everybody. Okay. And this is apparently a organizing of the where are my glasses? Give me a second here. The Keep on the Borderlands, yeah, which it shows right there. This is a kind of a reprinting and reorganizing of it because to modernize the rules and all that. Because this was originally basic D&D at the time it was originally printed, I believe. Yeah, B2. And it goes in the background cards, species cards, equipment cards, spell cards, class boards. You know, most of this stuff I'm probably not even going to use because, you know, my players usually don't use the cards. We have used cards on occasion, and that's just to help us out, but most of the time they just write the stuff down themselves. Playing the game. Goes into using the dice. It's got some nice illustrations. That's good. That's good. And yes, for those wondering, they do have kind of the... It's not as bad as everybody was saying it was going to be. I do know that they have removed orcs from combat situations because they're trying to rebrand orcs for some reason or another. Because areas where orcs used to be, they're no longer there. And this is from what I've learned from watching various videos and stuff, so I am aware of the situation. And like I said, I'm indifferent about it. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I'm just here for the adventure and having fun. And if you're going to let politics ruin your fun, that's your problem, not mine. And usually, people in my group are people I know. I don't just, have complete strangers. I get to know them a little bit before I decide whether or not they join my group. Okay, and the first part of it is the wilderness. I got a nice little map here. Tamarack stand. This looks to be... So is this taking place in Forgotten Realms, or is it taking place in Greyhawk like it used to? Because I would imagine they probably want to stick with Greyhawk. I'm trying to see that for myself. Okay, does it say on the back of the box? Give me a second. I just want to make sure I'm evolving. An open and play entry to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, yeah, I remember that the original version was very open-ended and really didn't have much in the line of plot. Set up in minutes, go on epic adventures, choose your way to play. All in one box. It does not specify. I'm imagining this does take place in the Greyhawk area. Okay, so like I said, here's Wilderness, which is like the first section of the gameplay. Yeah, they've broken it down into sections or booklets. So you have the Wilderness, which is your first areas. Then you got the actual keep on the Borderlands. Let's see here. Does this mention it? Wise brutal keeps on getting started. I have to keep bumping the mouse to keep the camera on before it shut. You know, if my screen goes black, it might accidentally shut off the camera. So I got to be careful. Keep on the Borderlands map. Of course, this could just be set up to where you could just add it to whatever uh, setting you want it to. Like if you're doing a homebrew, this is a good way to start up with it. Like I always say, I always use startups to start up a campaign because it's easier for me to help explain how to play the game and stuff like that. Because I can't do it off memory, so I use these booklets myself to kind of we still build our own characters and stuff using the core books, but I just use the starter sets to kind of get the ball rolling. I don't buy the hardback books very often because 9 times out of 10 they're not that good. I think I used the 2-part dragon one they started off with one time and nobody really liked it. Guild houses. Well, they got nice little details in here, which like I said, there's no real actual story plot, but there is a lot of setup to where you can build one. Because they're giving you stores, individual NPCs, stuff like that in there. Alright, now we got Caves of Chaos Adventure Booklet. And this is the last portion of it. Kobold Lairs, Ogre Lair, Goblin Lair, Hobgoblin Lair, Shunned Cave, Bugbear Lair, Minotaur Lair, Gnoll Lair, and Shrine of Evil Chaos. I'm seeing kind of like level 3 stuff going on here. So I do imagine you want the other two things beforehand before you step into this one. Lots of maps going on. Like I said, I'm not going to get into heavy detail on the plot. And so far, I'm not seeing all this uh, gender stuff going on that everybody was complaining about. I'm not seeing it in artwork or anything. But I could be mistaken because I'm just thumbing through it. Okay, we got feelies here. Note for adventurers. Uh, provisioneers with pictures of them. The Drunken Dragon menu. That is a tavern that's in the game, and it's actually got prices and a literal menu. Um, Sacred services, flasks of water healing and revival. Traders, and you got some items that you can trade or buy. That's pretty handy. I'm okay with that. Okay, then we got the maps here, which there's quite a bit of them. I'm not going to open them up at this time. I'm going to show you. This one says Cave A. And I'm also betting now on the other side is Cave C or Cave B, and here's Cave C. All pretty much sized up to put miniatures on, I can tell. And this one's just a straight map of a town here. Since there's no combat going on there, it's not gridded out. Same thing with this area of caves. Huh, okay. So some thought was put into this. And they were nice enough to put this together for you so you can hold them together. Oops. Has this little thing here to hold them together for you. I don't know if you see that or not. Okay, now we got... Wow, I think this is the most irritatingly simplified version I've ever seen of character stuff. Because these are not player sheets, these are basically card cutouts. I'm never going to use them. So you got a cleric, level 2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I see what's going on here. So let me flip this over again. Yeah, cleric number 2. So this starts you off at level 2. Then we got cleric 3. Instead of, writing out your own stuff, they got... That's interesting that they don't have... This is kind of weird. Let me look at that again. Is there pages missing? Because it jumps to cleric 2. Oh, there's cleric. Is that cleric 1? Yeah, cleric 1, cleric 2, 3, and 3? Okay. Uh, level fighter 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this isn't much in the line of creating your own stuff. This is, yeah, it's pretty much written out all for you, so you don't really have to do anything. I don't really care for that. Then you got a rogue. It doesn't even have a place for you. I'm guessing they want you to write it out on your own piece of paper or something, because this is kind of weird. They got set up like this. Level 3. And I'm not too wild about this. I'd probably just stick with my own character creation stuff anyway, if I was going to play this. But yeah, they got basically a representation of each character type. Subclass assassin. Oh, okay. I see what they did. Why there's two level 3 stuff. It's so when they start their subclass, they can switch over. Still, I don't particularly care for this. I prefer good old-fashioned player sheets. Okay, now we got tabs for the maps. Again, I probably use miniatures if I needed them. These are all monster tokens. Whoop! I was flipping around and one popped out. Shoot. I didn't see where it disappeared to. I'll have to look for it. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, that came out too easily. I was like, it just popped right out. Fortunately, it wasn't anything I'm too worried about losing, but I'll have to find it anyway to put it back in the box. And here's some more tabs right here. Monster tokens, as they're calling them. Really? Hitbot, hit points. Okay, player tokens. Yeah, probably going to use miniatures for most of this. So I'm not too worried about losing any of these, really. At least I'm not. Don't know how you guys feel about it. Blank sheet. Oh, it's a cover for these guys here. Okay, we got combat tracker, which I don't think I've ever used one of these before, but might come in handy. And, really? Big old thing of cardboard. Okay, and we got 11 dice, red. Add to your collection. Oh, I think these are for the cards. Ziploc baggies. And then we got the cards here. These are for tools and NPCs. Spells and backgrounds. Again, probably won't even put those to use. You're really obsessed with making this a card game for some reason. Monster cards and how to do combat on a card. I might actually just keep the combat card for later use, so everybody can refresh their memory on what they're supposed to have. It's a nice little kit here, but at the same time, I think they're overdoing it with these cards. And yeah, it's just they're putting way too much on the card thing here. Which, again, I don't see a problem with a lot of the game mechanics that they're going with here. But yeah, I'd probably just go with making my own characters and stuff like that, regardless. I'd like to know where that card or that token disappeared to, because I heard it hit the counter, but then I didn't see where it would disappear to. Well, I'll find it eventually. So yeah, this that explains why this was so heavy. It's the cards. I was thinking, what did they put hardback in here? What the hell? Uh, if it's anything like the original game was, or the original module was, because that's one of the original modules that was out, was that one. I think it was A2 or 3, possibly B. Don't quote me on it, but you know, it was basic. It was probably B because B was basic, and I like the fact that they have the feelies here. I call them feelies, but they call them something. They call them handouts. Putting it all back in the order that I found it. But in comparison to the other starter sets that I've received over the years, or gotten over the years, this one has got to be probably the heaviest so far. I mean, it's got 3 books to set you up for a good while for first maybe 4th level stuff. Where did I do with the box lid? Oh Lord! Oh, right behind me. But yeah, look at this. Now, if you saw my last Treasures and Trinkets where I opened up the starter set for 2024, you'll notice that there is a considerable difference in size here. This is a brick. Yeah, make a great paperweight. Hell, I could do exercises with this thing. It's so heavy. But yeah, yeah. Show all the cards and stuff here. I guess they really didn't want you to do writing and stuff. But you know what? I do what I normally do, and I just transfer everything to where it's for my own players and stuff to do, because that's how Dungeons and Dragons is supposed to work. You're supposed to be able to do your own stuff. So, yeah, I'd probably make my own characters, then play this. If I was planning on starting up a campaign, this would probably be a good start, because it's got plenty of stuff going on in it. So, yeah. In fact, I'd probably, if I was to do another D&D campaign, I'd probably start with this one instead of the other one. What do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments. Again, don't make this political or gender whatever, because that's not what my channel is for. This was just so you guys to know what to find inside this stuff. And yeah, I just realized they have now that I'm wearing my glasses, I could read that a little better. It's one quick start guide, a play guide, 3 adventure booklets, 9 double-sided poster maps, which that was, 5 handouts, combat trackers, 8 character class boards. Yeah, they call them boards. They're not character sheets at all. 210 cards for characters, items, monsters, NPCs, and spells. 273 tokens for monsters, terrain, and resources. 11 game dice. Again, bring your own dice. And this was recommended for players 3 to 5. Well, I sometimes have 6, so it just depends. And they're saying it's 45 plus minutes playtime. Yeah, it's going to be more than 45 minutes. And cooperative play. And then see how easy it is to play, and I'm going to get that as close to you as possible to see it. Here, let me get a little closer. There you go. Now if I could just hold it still. Okay. But yeah, that's the starter set for Heroes of the Borderlands, formerly known as Keep on the Borderlands. But then again, they call the game itself Keep on the Borderlands Inside, so technically that's what this is. It's just 5th edition version 2024. Again, I'm not going to make anything political out of this. It looks fine to me. It could have done with a lot less of the cards, though, because I don't really use them. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Again, don't make it political or gender-oriented conversations down there. I just want to know what you think of what came with the box. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye-bye.